What up? What up? What up? Welcome back to another edition of the Bad Podcast. Brad and Dwayne in here for another episode. Brad, brother, what we talking about today, my friend?
We're going to talk about discipline. We got a special guest today, and we're going to talk about the importance of discipline. So I got to quote: "The distance between your dreams and reality is discipline." So let's talk about it.
I like that, man. I like that. Let's get it.
Hey, good job, guys. Good job. Mental battles. Mental battles.
Hey, man. Eat man for life, baby. What it look like, what it be like, what it do. Another episode of the Bad Podcast. We in here. Got Miss Constance, aka Coco. What do you want us to call you, Miss Lady?
You can call me Coco, Big Coco, Tiny, Constance, whatever you want to call me. I go by many names.
I can tell. I can tell. And as you guys can tell, she has a lot of personality and a lot of fun. And we're super excited to have you on. And and Brad is out of town, and he got like elephants in the background, and like
Unbelievable. This guy hasn't weed whacked in 5 days, and the day we got to get the podcast out, my dude out here with a weed whacker. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on.
I love it. I love it. So Miss Coco, we're gonna throw the mic to you first, just to introduce yourself to folks and just tell a little bit about you, and then we'll kind of get into some questions.
Okay, well, I'm Constance. I don't know if I'm familiar to you, but I might be if you watch any OCB competitions. I am the wellness winner from the Yorton Cup 2023.
Let's go.
So I don't know, you might know me from, there, but yeah, I'm pretty simple. I don't do a lot. I keep to myself. I go to the gym. I bother my family. And that's it.
I love it.
And I play a lot.
I love it. Yeah, no, we definitely want to put your Instagram handle, because her stories are like a mini podcast as well. And eventually she's gonna have a podcast. We've been in discussion. So once you get that up, we'll bring you back on so you can talk about that, man. But I want to start with the first question, man, because as Eric walks in here, the current Yorton Cup male physique bodybuilder champ, I want to talk about you competing in the Yorton in a category that wasn't there. And that's kind of where I want to start. I know Brad probably got some good questions to follow up, but just talk about what led to that point. Was it, what other shows did you do, and just kind of the lead up to that?
Yeah, well, I'll be honest, before the beginning of this year, I did not know what wellness was. So I started prep at the beginning of the year for my first show, which was the Jack King's Classic in Winston-Salem. And honestly, this has been a 3-year long journey for me. And at the beginning of this year, my sister, who's my coach, she was just like, we do weekly check-ins. And after one of my check-ins, she was like, let's look at a show. And I was like, okay. And that's literally it. She's like, we're going to put you in wellness. And so after I looked at wellness, of course, I meet the criteria for it, but it definitely was still something, with it being so new, you see more NPC wellness girls. And so you're already looking at those bigger physiques. Sometimes you kind of like, oh, I don't know about wellness. I might be kind of big, but I'm not that big. But I think that when you're doing it, like when you're coming at it from a natural point of view, like for OCB, and especially I think also from an experience type of view, it can be kind of scary. But yeah, this was actually the biggest adventure I've ever been on. Very, I don't regret a minute of it. And coming into wellness, a category that's, newly being explored, it makes me excited. Yeah, it makes me excited. And it's something that I think pursuing forward is only going to get bigger. because I know I plan on getting bigger. So I know, how you gonna keep up?
Yeah. Hey, I want to jump in here real quick. And one of the things that you said, first and foremost, I'm not going to call you Coco or Constance. I'm going to call you Champ. The champ is here. All right. That's what I'm going to call you. Champ is here. All right. The C, Dwayne dropped C right in the beginning. C is short for champ. All right. So champ is here. You mentioned something about scary. I love chasing fears, and I talk about this in all of my classes. We chase fears. We obviously don't chase physical fear where it's bears and tigers and lions, oh my, but what we do chase is things that scare us because of the unknown. You're out here breaking barriers. You're literally taking something that never was and you made it to what it is. So this is what I call raising the bar for ourselves, and we raise the bar time and time and time and time again until we become the bar. Like, this is something that's brand new to you. It's brand new to your environment. The friends that you surround yourself with, they've never seen what you've done, but now that you've raised the bar, now you are the bar. You are that standard measure in your community, your family, your friend, like all of that. So talk about environment. Talk about whether it's support or whether you need to maybe kind of separate yourself from your friends to establish this bar that you have set for the physique side of women's fitness.
Yeah, well, thank you for that, first of all. I mean, that was that was a motivation right there. But yeah, I'll be honest, starting out on this journey, I definitely isolated myself. I had to be selfish. I had to take everything that I had previously thought I couldn't do and throw it out the window. And that literally required me relearning myself, and I couldn't do that with people in my face and in my ear. It was very much a selfish journey, an isolating journey. And like I said before, it was probably the most enjoyable thing I've ever done. Like, just getting down to, like, it's so much deeper than getting on a stage, because you really have to connect to yourself. Like, it's not something that you can be easily lost in, because you'll get lost in the sauce. Okay, it's very easy. But yeah, that journey for me very much looked like every day, like beating myself every day, just like setting a new, like, okay, well, we did this yesterday. What are you going to do now? Because I had to keep motivating myself, because I was by myself and I wanted it so bad. Like, after I set my mind to, after I saw it, and I was like, I gotta do it. Like, I have to do it now. So yeah, I definitely did a lot of it. And my coach, my sister is all the way in Arizona too. So me doing my training by myself, mostly, was also, a time to zone in and focus on, just getting things done the right way, and making sure, like, because my mental was all over the place too in that. Your body changing, especially into something you've never seen it look like before. So you don't even know what the end is supposed to be. And you're like, I don't even know what check-ins are supposed to look like this week. Like, am I good or what? Just sitting in the picture and waiting, like, oh my God, I wish you hurry up and text back. So it's very, like, just, it's a mental... it's a mental battle. But yeah, I did by myself. But I will say that doing that by myself, leading up to that prep, also, like, and coming into a bigger community of women that I've met, other bodybuilders that I've met, has also made me want to have a bigger community now, and not let anybody else go do that by themselves, right? Because even though I did it by myself, what I do know is that was a lot. And it was too much. It really was. Easy to burn out in this sport. So doing all of that, handling all of that, and isolating yourself at the same time is a lot, and it can be a lot.
Well, Dwayne, I could go about 375 ways here. If you want to jump in, I do have a couple things I want to say, but if you want to jump at it first, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I knew like you were saying. She was saying all the Uncle Brad buzzwords. Like every time you would say something, his face would light up. He was like about to jump to the screen. I was like, oh my god, he ready to jump. But you
Oh,
were
man.
hitting all the Uncle
Talk
Brad
to me.
buzzwords. But I'll say this, and only because like it's real time for me. Because I am in the process. I'm in prep, for my very
Yeah,
first time, and you when you said when you sing your check-in picture and you don't know what you don't know. Like I don't like
right.
I send it to Eric and then like he don't say nothing back and like
I
I don't
know when
know.
you be like, what
Am I doing good? Am I doing bad? Like
Mhm.
and you're like, oh
yeah,
man, he laugh. Oh man, you good? Like, bro, like I don't know. Like you need to
right.
tell me.
It's like
I
a
need a
sigh of
gauge.
relief. You're like, oh Lord.
Right. So that's real time, man. And I really like, that part makes me nervous every Saturday because I don't know. Like, when I did E2M fitness, when we lost weight, the end goal was to lose weight. I knew, okay, I need to lose weight. But this is different. Like it's more of a look. And
Hmm.
and I just want to make sure I'm treading in the right direction. All right, B, I'm gonna let you go.
Well, you guys are talking about this unknown, and that's what fitness is like you put in all the repetition day after day, and like you go,
Yeah.
man, we've talked about this 100 times, Dwayne. We go in to look in the mirror, and that's what we all do. We look into the mirror, and we don't see that change because it's so minimal that you're just not going to see it from day to day. But what's happening is on the inside, man, you're developing the discipline. That's the first thing I wanted to talk about. You had mentioned you are motivated to come back day after day after day. That's not motivation, that's discipline. That's
Yeah.
something that you had to establish. And how I always talk about this, that discipline, courage, confidence, that's come from repetition. Like if you come and put in 1 day or 3 days or 5 days, you're not creating repetition, but consistency creates that discipline. All right. And you talk about this unknown. You have to be able to come back and put in those reps, whether they're difficult or easy. Come back and put in those reps, whether you send your picture off to your coaches and you just don't
Hmm.
know. You still come back. Even in the meantime, you're checking your phone and oh man, he's not texting me back. I'm gonna go do some more reps. I'm gonna go do some more, and you keep on putting those reps in because you know that by repetition that creates that discipline, that creates the resilience, and all these power words, all these buzzwords. And then another thing that you said is having an open mind. This is something that you've never dipped into, and now you are the queen. You are the champ. You're on top. But this is a perfect opportunity to talk about those firsts because our community is not at your level. Not a lot of our community is at your level, but some of them are just beginning the journey, but they're going through the same exact battles as you are, just on a different scale or a different level. So when we talk about open-mindedness and the ability to take something that we've never done, how did you attach yourself and hold yourself to that crown? We'll call it the crown because that's what it is. How did you hold yourself to that crown? I read one of your Instagram posts and it said something along the lines of, I hate the monotonous diet, or I hate the monotony of the diet, but it's attaching yourself to that crown. So can you talk to our clients? Our crown is that 8-week finish line.
Yeah.
That's our crown. Your crown's a little different. My crown, I'm always training for some kind of race. That's our crown. How do you hold on to that crown in the monotonous days, on the days that 0% of you wants to get up and go do it? How do you hold yourself accountable when it comes to that crown?
I think honestly, it's honesty. Be like me being okay, being vocal, saying I don't like this and I'm pissed today. I don't want to be here. And I say it all day. Like I will literally complain out loud and I'm still gonna do it. I think it was just so much more of me just having the like at the end of the day, it felt so good that I complained all day and I was like, guess what? I still got done. Like rings are closed, baby, And like had a good day just feeling the effects from the day that I thought was bad, it wasn't bad. I did a good workout. I ate what I was supposed to eat, so I guess really what helped me to the crown was just knowing that it was a temporary feeling, being honest with myself, allowing myself to feel the things. Because I think a lot of the times, like, people are not honest with their journey. They want to make it seem like, oh, I love prep. Oh my God, I love meal prep every Sunday. 17 meals down the counter is so fun. Like, no, it's not. This is not fun. But the thing is, to me, it's so much better when you you can be honest that it was some rough moments that you had. It was sometimes that you messed up, and this is what the outcome was. To me, that's my biggest, that's what I love most about it all. Like, I know exactly what I went through. I know how bad it was. I know the times I messed up, and that was still my outcome. And so, like, it gives you also something to work towards, right? Because it's like, well, if I know how that was, and then I try to make the next one a little better, what is that going to be? And if I try to make the next one better than that one, then what is that going to look like? So, yeah, just honesty. Like, I give myself room to complain. I give myself room to be mad. I give myself room for breakdowns, crying, judgment. I give myself room for all of that because I know I go back and I make up for it. I speak positive words to myself. I write to myself all the time. I congratulate myself all the time. Like, it has to be a balance in everything. It really does. Like, you can't just go through with these things and you have all these good things and there's nothing negative that doesn't really make sense. I mean, that's just the human being. That's what we are. You have to have some of that. And embracing that is what made this whole thing an attainable lifelong thing for me. Not just it's just a show. So then after, I gained my 20 pounds back and I'm out of this thing. No, like, I just had to be honest 100% across the board, embrace everything, and just stay determined to do it, really. Like, I'm not going to stop. Like, that was the only thing that was different about this weight loss journey for me, is that I literally said I wasn't going to stop. I didn't care if I didn't look different. I wasn't going to stop. And I didn't.
I like that a lot, Dwayne, man. That's powerful right there. I don't know what's going to be, but I'm not going to stop. I love that.
Yeah, and the honesty piece. And I think that speaks to our crowd big time. Because that's where a lot of people they fall short with just being honest with, it's okay to say you don't like it. It's okay to say, you're tired of this, you're tired of that, as long as you're still doing it. And Jeff talked about that the other night. We don't mind you posting saying, man, I really hate getting up at 5 a.m., but I did. But if it was, I really hate getting up at 5 a.m. period, then I'm taking that down. Like, I'm pulling that post. Like, we're not gonna let you post that. But if it continues, it is nothing wrong with being honest about that. And honestly, and I think that also helped inspire others. And I do know, like, especially with me, a lot of people see me get up and it's like, man, are you happy to get up? Like, no, I much rather lay in the bed at 3:30 in the morning. I much rather, not go to the gym when it's cold outside, but I'm going to do it because that's like you said, man, you're going to keep doing it, no matter what, because you want that outcome. So that's super dope. All right, B, what else you got, man, before we start the transition?
It's all about internal dialogue too, that conversation that you're having about yourself and about the journey. I don't know how many times I've had training set in place and I prolonged it or I put it off, put it on the back burner. We've all done it. And it's okay to come up short a day or two, as long as you come back. Like, we're all going to experience defeat. We're all going to experience failure. And there's two ways that you can look at this. A lot of people, the majority of our world, will look at failure as something that's ultimate. It's permanent. It's etched in stone. How we look at failure is it's important to fail because we extract lessons from that failure. If I fall short, if I go to bench 225 pounds and I can't bench 225 pounds, guess what? Okay, now I go back to the building blocks. I go back to that foundation. How do I get to that 225 pounds? Not that I can't do it. Okay, I'm good. I don't keep the bar here. It's, again, raising that bar until you become the bar. And for me, with racing, and long distance running, there's been a handful of times, man, where I have 20 miles on my list and I have to run 20 miles. I hit 10. I hit 10 miles, and I don't think I can go any further. Now, how did I get to that 10-mile point and not be able to continue on? Well, I failed myself in that preparation piece. We can always extract lessons of how we didn't get to that finish line, how we didn't obtain the crown. Just because you don't get the crown one time doesn't mean you should let that be the ultimate destination, man. We gotta take the things that we need to learn out of these shortcomings and apply them. And you said something about 330, Dwayne. 330, man. I did it for 3 years, man. 337 every day. That first time, whew, I hit different. The second time wasn't much easier. The third time wasn't much easier. Discipline. That alarm clock sounds, you know you have to get up, right? But the times that you fail to get up, like now, you learn. Did I go to bed too late? Did I eat something late at night that didn't allow me to sleep well? Again, extracting lessons. Now, I got one more question. When's the next show? And are you? I know you said you were never going to stop, but what phase or what stage are you in right now as far as preparation?
Okay, well, right now, I don't know. No, seriously. I really thought about competing early. I wanted to do, a show in March. And then honestly, this time off, like getting stronger and getting a little bigger, having calories. I'm kind of thinking, I don't know, it's kind of fun. And just like having fun training, like I'm having more fun training. Like it's easier to train with more calories. You feel better, you see things, grow bigger. And I'm like, oh, I like it. So I don't know. I really don't know. But right now, yeah, we're kind of in like a mini little bulk a little bit. Like I said, I'm eating more calories. I haven't decided on the show. So I know I said it's kind of like, girl, you better time is on, because most people, if they're starting for a show in March or May, they're starting prep in a couple weeks, if not next week. So I don't know. I really don't. If I start making more Instagram posts where I'm mad, you'll know I started prep. You'll know.
Well, we're in your corner. We got your back. We got your side. We got your front, man. We're all on Team Champ. All right, we're all on Team Champ.
Thank you.
All right.
I enjoyed it. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah. So that wasn't your last question. Your last question is our special segment. The did you know or do you know? Yeah.
Okay.
I got a video to play that you can try to think of something, but the video is short, so I'm gonna warn you. So here we go.
Do you know?
Video's over. So I hope you figure something out because the video is short. But no, the do you know, for those that don't know, those are new to the podcast, to the YouTube channel. Our founder, Jeff Witherspoon, he's a fan of just random quotes, man. And it's on some of his nightly talks, if he thinks of something, he'd be like, do you know? Like the gingerbread man. And so we have adopted that to be a segment. And in that segment, we ask our guests, or me or Brad, we usually go back and forth as far as a fun or truthful or something nobody didn't know about you that you can expose. And so, Champ, it's your turn. What's something about you that you did that nobody wouldn't know just off of following you on Instagram?
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2. I taught myself how to swim. I taught myself how to swim as an adult.
There you go.
I paid for my daughter to have swimming lessons, and I would take her to the pool to practice, and I was like, let's go. We're going to do it together. Learned in a week.
There you go. That's a good one.
Yay.
That is a good one. And good for you for learning how to swim. That is awesome. That is a survival thing. So
yeah.
Bray, you got something to say?
I dove in on swimming for a little while, and I'm retired. I retired.
There you go. So
Yeah,
no
awesome.
water for Brad. I think it has something to do with jellyfish, but we're gonna keep going. All
No
right,
doubt.
y'all. Listen, we appreciate y'all tuning in to the Bad Podcast, and we want you to continue to spread the word. Make sure you follow Miss Coco, Miss Constance. We'll definitely have her Instagram in the show notes so you can follow her and support her as well. And man, make sure you tag us, man. Tag us in your posts, drop it in the stories. We got some merch coming. Yeah, we got some merch. The merch is, if you're watching this now, the merch is available right now. We'll also put that link in the show notes as well, so you can pick you up some Bad Podcast merch. I don't have any just yet. I'm not salty because I'm supposed to get it. Like by the time this airs, I should have merch.
Yeah.
So by the time this airs, I should have some merch. And we're not gonna hold it against Uncle Brad. He's the middleman.
Hey.
But anyway, y'all, God bless y'all, man. We out of here. Till next time. Peace.